Today's episode is brought to you by Sun Brewing Company. You can find them on all major social media handles like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And be on the lookout. Grand reopening is coming down. And you can find their new location at 7153 Donovan, Canoteo, Texas. Tell them Twisted Pete sent you.
Summer on the beat, oh get up and shake your cheeks.
Hello and welcome to The Middle is Open. Abel Carrillo here, along with Anthony Espelin.
What's up, guys?
Peter Carrillo.
Yes, sir.
And right now, we're finishing up our donuts. Amber came in and she gave us these very delicious donuts. What flavor did you all get?
I got caramel, I think, or I don't know what it was. It was
Yeah,
brown.
I thought it was maple.
It was brown.
And then I ended up making the call that it was caramel.
Do you ever think that the flavors, there is no flavor? It's just kind of a generic. They just change the color and you think you taste the flavor?
Damn, conspiracies already, huh?
Yeah, I think that might be the case.
Like your mind just, like you see something brown, you're like, oh,
You
it's
know-
caramel. Oh, something dark, it's chocolate.
You know,
Maybe.
have you guys ever had the popsicles in the summer?
They're
Where
all
they're
the same
like,
flavor.
I want grape, I want cherry, I want
Banana.
banana or whatever, pineapple. And then you like eat them and they all taste similar. Like they're all the same flavor. It's just,
the power of the mind.
it might be. Yeah, because I don't know. What else does the mind play tricks on?
You see and taste
Oh, here we
what you
go.
want.
Here we go.
Right?
Peter's going to dive into it.
Oh, no.
All right. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube right
I'm
now,
lost.
if you guys are watching us on YouTube, we want you to comment on what you see on Peter. Is he wearing a blue shirt or a purple shirt? I mean, comment below. Give us a like, whatever. But going around the horn, Anthony, what color is Peter
I
wearing?
mean, blue.
You're going to say blue?
I will say it's blue, but it wasn't the color blue I liked, and so that's why I didn't order any more. But I can see, I could see how some people could think it'd be a different color.
Don't.
Yeah, No. Yeah,
It's
Anthony
blue. But it's
always...
blue. It's blue.
Anthony,
Overthinkers, man.
It's blue.
And then he always has to play the middle.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
Anthony,
it is blue. I just don't like that shade of blue. And I can see how maybe somebody can construe it, but it is blue.
Okay. I think it's blue. I'm looking at the UTEP sign behind Peter. That looks blue. The Michelob Ultra looks blue. The curtain behind me, that looks blue. I mean, like I said, we're seeing blue, but apparently the opposite sex tends to see a different color. Because we asked Amber,
Yeah.
what color do you see, Amber? And she was like, well, it looks like purple. So,
And Amber knows what color it was. I mean, she ordered them, so.
yeah. So, Amber thinks it's purple.
So the whole reason is because coming over here, I got my black, the middle's open shirt. And my wife's like, why don't you wear the purple one ever? I'm like, purple one? I don't have a purple one. And she's like, the purple one. I'm
The
like,
Barney
dude,
one.
I don't have a purple one. I have a blue one and a red one and a black. And then she's like, no. And then she went to the closet, pulled it out. And she's like telling me, this is purple. I'm like, it's blue. And then from there on, it just, the whole morning was ruined.
Or-
She started arguing with me. And I wasn't going to just let her mess up my years of kinder and first grade training down the drain.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because she wants to tell me what's purple and when I know it's blue.
Peter is like, I did not go to Head
I
Start.
did not go to 2 years of kindergarten.
2 years of kindergarten. No, but
That's as blue as a Bud Light can, I'll tell you that.
Right? Okay.
yeah, it's close. It's closer.
But you think it's a thing?
it's
You
closer
said-
to a Bud Light can than it is a bottle
Puma?
of grape juice.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Just
Agreed.
So, and then we got real technical. We were saying how the primary colors.
We went through the whole freaking
We started an
primary
argument
colors,
ourselves.
color wheel, rainbows.
We looked for a defense. I got with my
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
legal
your back.
counsel.
We got your back.
Fucking Anthony was like, what's his name? Johnny Cochran or whatever?
yeah. He
Yeah.
was like, he's like, it is a primary color, so everything else is a shade. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's
that
like,
works.
if the shirt fits, you must quit.
So,
But,
anyways,
yeah.
I texted to her and I sent my argument, and she hasn't responded, so I know she's.
So do you think?
Oh, she just did actually.
Yeah.
I'll just wait.
That looks like we're doing an extra long show today.
we might have to bleep her. But anyways, so right now, what's going on here in the southwest part of the United States, especially here in the borderland, it is crazy. El Paso is flooding. La Union is flooding. Santa Teresa is flooding. Sunland Park is flooding. I mean, everywhere around us is flooding, guys.
Yeah, there was a waterfall on fucking Trans Mountain. Did you see that?
Yeah, on Trans Mountain, that was actually really, really nuts. I'm like, I don't know, man. Is the world ending?
No. I think it's just okay. I kind of want to piggyback off this with the whole climate change thing.
Ooh.
The UN just recently sent out like an urgent message to world leaders and all, saying that we've pretty much reached the point of no return on climate change. That it's just going to run rampant. You know, it's going to go.
Yeah,
crazy.
no matter what we do to fix it, it's already.
We're already like passing that threshold. Like literally in a year or so. Or
remember, I
like
told
that.
you there was that show on HBO. It was like a news show. It was called like The Network or something like that. It was the guy from Dumb and Dumber. What's his name?
Oh,
Newsroom. There you go.
Yeah.
Good
job,
Daniels,
Jeff Daniels. He was like the main anchor. He was like the Anderson Cooper.
I saw a few episodes.
Well, there's this episode where he kind of talks to this expert that says like, no, we're done. Like, we should have been dealing with climate change 25 years ago. And then he's like, so is there like nothing we can do? And he's like, no, like 25 years ago was the time to move. So you're saying,
well, I'm just going back. Okay. So obviously it's not our traditional, weather, you know, like we don't get that much rain.
Yeah.
I mean, I think in one day we had, a compilation or a couple of days of like 5 inches or so.
Yeah.
We don't even get 5 inches in a year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some people would say it's a, just coincidence, it happens, a freak of nature, whatever. But then you start adding in, obviously there's been this plea from the UN to leaders saying like, hey, we're kind of screwed here. And they even called it. How much publicity did that get? It really didn't.
No,
the only reason
didn't.
I followed these like science publications and all this stuff.
when was this?
It was probably a week ago that I saw it.
I think I saw it this morning even.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
So I saw it about a week ago. Then you add into like the wildfire season. It's always like a record
We're in a
breaking
drought.
every year. It's a record breaking wildfire season.
You know, I
West
never
Coast.
understood that. Like every year there's a fucking crazy wildfire that's burning through the Northwest.
It's not one. It's like
no.
hundreds.
But it's like burning through the whole Northwest part of the United States, right? Like every year, it's like, where are they finding all this this forest
Well,
land?
there's so much forest, dude.
But it's like every fucking year,
Yeah, it's like there's only so
wildfires.
much that can burn, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
and it's
and then
like-
once it's burned, it takes forever to grow back.
Exactly.
But going back to your original question, I just wanted to bring up that UN thing because
Yeah.
I do think there's this shift in climate, obviously. Thousands and thousands and millions of years ago here in this region, if you know, like, if you follow history and archaeology and all that.
Because Peter
There-
does.
Well, I do. It's an interest. I'm not saying I'm an archaeologist or
You're an
anything or a
expert.
geologist or
Not
anything like
geo.
that. But yeah, it's an interest of mine.
Yeah.
This used to be all like almost very marshy jungle, not jungles, but like, very
Wet,
humid, wet conditions.
Yeah, wetland.
Like way back when, like the Indian.
The
findings.
wetlands.
Yeah,
Botanical garden.
yeah, all this, man. So it's people say, oh, it's just the phases of climate, but I think you could look at it that way, but then you could look like, okay, well, we as humans in this short time have changed things. I mean, I don't want to get all political and all, but I just think it's
Why is it political?
it's a climate. Well, because it is.
Because you got
Because
to
you're
point the
looking-
blame at somebody, and once there's an argument and you're trying to place blame, I mean, it becomes a fight, and then it gets
It
political.
becomes political because the forces that are like, I'm saying,
because
the
political
oil industry. The
because
oil industry.
political leaders always try to find like they're the problem solvers. We look at them as problem solvers, right? So it becomes political because they're the ones that are trying to find the best idea to move forward, which with whatever problems we do have.
I wouldn't with this issue. No, I would say oil is obviously there's findings that say oil does cause certain things, right? Like when there's a bunch of it, pollution and all that stuff. But it becomes political because these people are funding candidates. So that's where it becomes political, because if you expose the problem and it's someone that's funding a candidate, well, then that candidate's going to defend their backing, their money.
Like the
So
lobbyists.
then that's where it all, the lobbyists. And so that's where it becomes political.
Have you seen that? Oh, sorry. Have you seen that movie? Thank You for Smoking.
Yeah, that's a badass movie.
Have you seen it,
I haven't
Anthony?
seen it.
That's a great movie.
It's a really
I love
good
it.
movie.
Write it down. Thank you for smoking.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
a fun movie.
He is the guy that is.
He's Harvey Dent,
Yeah, he's Harvey Dent from what is it? Batman, The Dark Knight.
Two-Face guy.
Yeah. He's the Two-Face dude. But anyways, he's a lobbyist for the smoking industry. What is it called?
Okay.
And then his friends are lobbyists for like the
Alcohol and guns.
Yeah, I can't think of them right now, but
Right.
it's a good
ATF.
movie. Yeah, it's a fucking.
But that's where it becomes political.
Yeah.
I mean, just the backing. They're backing candidates to allow them to keep operating.
Well, I'll tell you this. I don't want to go too much in the weeds, but that's kind of what I do as a profession, right? I work on heavy equipment, and I can tell you the emissions industry, which is the pollution that's coming out of the machines, is killing our industry right now. They have a system in place that basically the air going into the engine is dirtier than the air coming out of the engine. It's basically cleaning the air as it's running. But that system is so advanced. I mean, there's so many sensors, electrical stuff, and they fail all the time. And so a lot of our equipment is down because of sensors and stuff for that system. What's crappy is they've induced this into our industry, right? So in other words, we have a limit. Over 4 years, we have to cut down our emissions in half every 4 years. So every 4 years, we have to reduce it by 50%.
Yeah.
But the construction industry is the only industry that's dealing with that. The automotive industry is not dealing with that. And to me, it's kind of like there's more cars on the road than there is equipment, construction equipment. So it's like if they really wanted to make a difference, they should target the vehicles on the road rather than the construction industry.
So would you buy a hybrid vehicle or a
I would. I
car?
definitely want to get a Tesla or something. That'd be cool. But again, electric cars aren't emission.
So
I'm
so
just
basically, you're saying like in your line of work, they're slapping on all these
regulations
and things like that.
Well, that goes back to they want to blame someone. They're targeting
and then
someone.
it's affecting the way you do your job
Yeah.
and the way thing is like the production.
I mean, it's
level's
job
gonna
security for sure
Yeah.
because machines are always breaking down. But as a customer, it's kind of like, dude, I've spent $200,000 on this machine, and I've only been able to use it 3 times this week.
So I'm gonna
So
reel
like,
us back in. Wait.
hold on. So like, but that's like the first time it's really like happening in your line of work, right? Don't you think that happens in every line of work? Like going back to education, right? We always say like how dumb America is. We're like, man, we suck. We're like 50th in fucking reading, 30th in math and shit like that. But instead of trying to solve a problem, we keep on digging ourselves deeper into like a hole of, well, let's just put another standardized test and do this. Oh, let's buy a program to do that. And we never solve the problem. We're just putting more and more.
Kicking the can.
Exactly.
The way I look at it is you're digging a hole to come out on the other end, opposed to just covering that hole and starting back up here. So you want to keep moving forward, but
Like you're not
actually
cutting
moving
your
down.
losses.
You're just looking for a way out.
You're not cutting your losses.
Yeah, just
you're basically
like scrap the whole thing, and that goes for any industry.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying in education or anything. But reeling us back in. So it initially started with the rains and the floods and all, and I was talking about how the UN and all that stuff. Obviously, there's a link. Obviously, there's a change in weather patterns. Just this last winter, it snowed more than what we're really used to. But yeah, going back to the floods, man, it is crazy. It's even more crazy the fact that we've had floods in 2006. I believe it was 2006 that the floods happened, and the water company and the people that the infrastructure, not just water, but I'm using that as an example. They made these drainage. They revamped the sewers. It was a big push, right? I mean, I think it was a vote, right?
Yeah.
And it was a bond thing, and it had to get
Well, not
passed
only
and-
that, it was the floods that happened, but then I think it was maybe in 2010 or so, 11, we had that really big freeze.
Yeah.
So there was another push to like really fix a
Our
lot of
infrastructure. Yeah.
yeah. So they had two chances.
I mean, we're up by a mountain. So obviously these arroyos, which land was cheap in these places, and people started building in, or not doing the proper drainage and all that, and now it's biting us in the butt. And I feel like when we did this big push to redo everything, they did it to the very minimum. Like, okay, well, we average, and I don't know the exact numbers, but I'm just saying we average 8 inches of rain a year or whatever. Let's put it at 9, maybe. We're above average, just in case. And then all of a sudden we get a 12-inch year, and we're screwed by just a few inches.
Yeah.
And that's just like a very general, vague example. It's not true numbers, so don't hem me up on it. But it's just like we did the bare minimum improvements.
Peter's basically saying they did the minimum requirements rather than preparing for that 100-year storm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not even 100 years away from, so you can't even say it's a 100 year.
But that's the way they label it all the time.
Well, shit, I-10, they just did I-10, right? And it was a mess with water. Like, they obviously didn't do the draining
like
correctly.
Downtown right there in Central by Cotton and everything.
It just was worked on, literally.
So, I mean, I know there were improvements. We saw some of the improvements. You saw more of these levees built. You saw more of these drainage things. But was it enough? I mean, a lot of people, looking in hindsight, it's like, oh, well, it's not enough now, obviously. But at the time, were we really willing to? A lot of those places are by the freeway. Yeah. So it's like they had to shut down the freeway. Were people as willing to sacrifice, being late or more traffic congestion? No, they weren't. So now that it's coming back, they're trying to place blame on these utilities or these city officials or whoever has the power to do it. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't, kind of thing. But, but as a city official, I think you have to look 10, 15 years down. You don't just look at that next year or the next election year or whatever it is.
Well, now we were in a drought too, so I mean, there is a good
hard ground.
There's good things to the rain, right? I mean, we need rain, but it's a little too much
on
at
a
one
positive
time.
note, the mountains look amazing.
Yeah, green.
Do. Like, they're so green. It looks like Jurassic Park out there. I was looking for a T-Rex.
Dude, just the yard, man, like your house. Like, it rains and then like the next day, fucking weeds and everything pop out.
I don't want weeds. I mean, I'm just saying, grass, but then I have weeds growing. My branch fell from huge branch fell from my tree. And it just missed the house.
Peter was lumberjack.
So yesterday I was out there like sawing it down. And I had to take the hairy, scratching my chest.
I just picture him like, what is this from Step Bros?
Oh,
lumberjack! He comes in, kicks in the door.
Peter like rips open his purple shirt. Come on, Yvonne, let's go.
And she's like, "No, it's indigo."
You're just a lumberjack,
babe. Love you.
But yeah, like. I mean, I'm loving the rain, and I always kid.
Are you saying we should build an ark? Is that what we need to do? So we can get that much rain? Or what?
I'm good, man. No? I think with just
Noah's
a
Ark?
little canoe,
Abel's Ark,
be all right.
All right.
But I'm always like joking around that we need I want it to rain for 40 days, 40 nights. Like, I think it would be like,
you did say that. You jinxed us.
And we're coming up on 3 days, and it's like, holy shit, how much more can El Paso handle?
For real.
But
they say till Tuesday now. They extended it till Tuesday. And it is kind of scary because you have like these houses like La Union, Santa Teresa,
Lower Valley stuff,
Chaparral, where the drainage itself, I mean, they're kind of like farmland. They're out there. And it's nothing. There's not even paved roads. It's dirt roads in a lot of these places.
Well,
so it's all muddy. So they can't even commute out because they get stuck.
Yeah.
And then
they're having to do these rescues and everything, and then they're like evacuating. I think it was like 80 families that they evacuated from like the town of
outskirts of the city. In the middle of the city, there in Cotton, off of Cotton,
Central El Paso.
Family, an elderly grandmother and a granddaughter passed away from the flood.
So the granddaughter did pass away.
Yeah, she was in the restroom or in the.
I thought it was just the grandmother
hospital
that passed away, and then. And then later
Yeah,
on,
well, the kid was in
Wow.
like ICU or something and didn't make it. So
that's so wild.
I mean, the floods are serious. Like, and a lot of people say, it's just rain. Oh, it's only 5 inches. But here, especially in a desert region where the ground's so hard and you're below a mountain, the water, I mean, instantly, we all seen it. Like we were just talking about Trans Mountain turned into a waterfall.
Yeah.
But just coming down Trans Mountain was like a river. I mean,
but it's crazy because it's 5 inches or whatever. In some parts,
that's like the average, right? 5-inch average.
It could build up, like if it's a boxed in area, it can build up to like
4 feet,
8 feet of water, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then the currents that are like just coming, like it looks like a raging river, like in fucking Colorado. Yeah. It's just like, it'll sweep you off your feet. And then before you know it, you're like in no man's land.
See, do you guys remember when we were little, right here, when it would rain, it would come down the hill? And then it was a hill here still, so the water, it kind of went down, and we would just be playing like the current. You know, you'd put your toys in there, like the toy soldier or whatever, or you put your rubber Hulk Hogan thing, and it would like
a lot of bottle caps floating around.
Well, that's why Donovan gets clogged up all the time because it's finding all our old toys and shit.
I remember I used to get my dad's nail can and just throw all the nails in the street.
Fuck. I don't know why I'm getting flat tires, but every time I drive through Pacific, it's always a flat tire.
You know what's crazy? Every time it rains, like 2 days later, I get a flat tire. It's like karma. It's getting back to me.
Yeah. Oh, and see, that's another thing. Like with these rains, they showed a picture. What is that? That FitFam, that social media, Instagram, whatever. They showed a picture of Central El Paso, and it was crazy because it was rocks, like boulders in the middle of the street. And then there were like walls that like had been like total, like they came down.
Rock walls?
Yeah, rock walls, just like cement, pebbles, rocks, like boulders, just everywhere. And dirt. It's like, dude, how long is it going to take them to clean that shit up?
Yeah.
And then
if it continues to rain all week.
Yeah, and then it's wild.
Or they clean it up one day and then it like next day it rains out.
It was funny. There was a report. I don't know if I mentioned it on this show, but there was a report maybe a month ago when we got those rains. They were over there in Paisano, and they're doing the live report. She's like, "Oh, I'm here in Paisano and Executive or whatever," and she's like,
was it Marlene?
Marlene? No.
Okay.
It wasn't Marlene Barraza. Shout out to her. She's probably doing a lot of work right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're like, "Oh, I'm here at the intersection of whatever," and then it shows a worker in the background, and he's literally just going like this. He's like putting in overtime, and then my dad was like, pinche. He said either street department or water department. He's like, pinche cabrones, just putting in that overtime, not even doing anything. And then he's like, pero with us, they're always like, ándale, finish your route. But these guys, they don't do shit. They just stand around.
Get paid by the hour, baby.
And they caught him on camera. He was just like, seriously, just chilling. He was just like...
tax dollars at work.
Well, he's like, what do you want me to do?
Man.
I don't know, man.
So
more rain in the and you know what, they said it was gonna rain, like this was 2 weeks ago, and they were like, oh, it looks like it might rain a little. And then it turned in like, oh, the first alert. Yeah. And it was like, it's gonna rain hard. And then you look out, it's raining hard. It's like, oh man, I could have told myself that.
Yeah, right.
Do you think there's like a upfront warning? I don't think so.
What do you mean an upfront warning?
Like early?
Yeah, got early warning. Like,
well, if you download the KVIA Storm Tracker Weather app,
dude, but I mean, I'm sure they know their job, and I'm sure they know like the pressures and all that stuff. But it's like a lot of times, I don't know, man. I'd love to have a weather person come in and really tell us something that isn't obvious. Like you look out, it's like, oh, there's a 50% chance of rain. And it's all cloudy.
Right.
Because sometimes they say it's going to rain. It doesn't. But I'm sure. I mean, I don't know how difficult.
It's like, why is it raining so much? And then over there at Speaking Rock, they're like, it's fucking rain dances and shit. It's like, damn it. No wonder.
They got it. But yeah, man. I don't know.
Stay safe out there, guys, man.
Yeah.
What is the saying they say? If there's water,
stay home. Oh no, turn around, don't drown.
Yeah, turn around, don't drown, baby.
Stay home.
Yeah. Well, yeah, stay home.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
I saw Lupita's was flooded.
dude.
Was it?
Yeah,
Like bad.
Dude,
that's why I was like, I wonder if Dave's place flooded.
Yeah, man, that would suck.
Shout out to Dave, man. It was his birthday.
I know we couldn't go.
Yeah, couldn't make it, but happy birthday. It was 27th birthday.
He's 27 years old.
That's what the cake said. That's why I'm like,
Hey, no,
I mean, yeah, 27, man. Go
He's
for
good
it.
for 27.
Yeah.
God, he's younger than us.
Yeah.
I don't think he's 27.
Yeah, maybe 72 more.
Oh,
No, I don't know. I don't know how old he is.
He's like, guys, I'm 27. I just spend a lot of time in the sun.
You assholes. I don't know, man. We'll see.
He's like, I've been making beer for 20 years, and he's 27 years old.
moonshiners. All right, what else we got there? Horrible transition here.
Yeah. So Peter and I went to go see Free Guy, not together. Actually, funny thing, I took his kids to go see the movie, and Peter went to go.
Give us a rundown. What is it about? I don't know what this.
All right, so it's that Ryan Reynolds movie. Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
Reynolds,
whatever. Van Wilder.
Yeah.
You know him as Van Wilder.
Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool. What else does he come out in? Okay. Anyways.
Green Lantern.
Damn, look at Anthony.
Yeah,
Shit. IMDb over there.
He has his posters all around.
He's so dreamy. He's got washboard abs and everything. But so it's the Ryan Reynolds movie. He's in a video game, and I guess his AI is, I don't know, it's kind of nerdy talk, but he starts like
He's an NPC. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's a background character in a video game, like say
non-player character. That's what they call it. Like.
Okay.
And so the whole game is based on, or the whole movie is based on him adapting, basically. Like he starts learning, like, why are we always going through these motions? Everything's the same. And so he starts questioning it. Then he starts acting on it, and then it turns out like you find out more.
He basically comes to life in the video game.
Yeah.
So like,
It's like Westworld, right?
Well, kind of. Well, like
not quite.
It's about AI. So
like he wakes.
There's the human people. There's the human people like us that are playing the game.
What's that game?
Games.
Fortnite or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like
It's kind of like Fortnite. They go into like a world of.
But the character like is starting to realize.
Yeah, it's an online
So, like,
servers and all that, and people go and they're playing in this. But he's not a player. But he starts. Well, why did these guys with sunglasses? That's how they're distinguished. Get to do all this stuff, but we have to just go through the motions. And so then he finally like takes someone's sunglasses, and then he starts learning all this stuff.
Yeah.
But then you find out more as the movie goes on. So
What would you rate it?
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was hilarious. I mean,
What do you give it?
It was
1 out of 10.
At first, it was a little complicated because it's like a little too nerdy for me. I don't really understand that whole world, but it's actually a really good movie because they kind of dumb it down.
It depends what you like. Because like my wife, I think she thought it was entertaining, but she didn't get anything because
She didn't like it?
Well, I wouldn't say she didn't like it, but I'm just saying like we've talked about this. Like, are we in a simulation?
Yeah.
And I get all lost into that, and then now somebody's making a movie on that, and it's kind of like that. She just looked at it as like the entertainment, like the face value entertainment, opposed to like looking more into it. I think. Because she doesn't believe in like that whole simulation stuff.
Where did you see it?
At AMC?
Okay. So I saw it at Cinemark here on the west side, and it was almost full. The only row that wasn't was the bottom row, like row A, right? What the hell are you guys laughing at over there?
Nothing.
Little monkeys.
I was taking a bite of my donut. He was going to try to get me on camera taking a bite.
Oh. That's
All right, let's continue.
Jesus Christ. Well, anyways, it was full. The only row that wasn't was the first row, row A. We actually had to sit in row B. So that kind of sucked, but it wasn't too bad. I say row C and up. Those, like, all the seats are good. But anyways, so fucking... What the hell was I going to talk about? Oh, the people that were in the theater, dude, they were into it.
Yeah?
Like, they were laughing. Like, they were like, like, whenever funny parts would happen, it was like, yeah. And you could hear people like, whoa, yeah.
Well, you know what
like, dude, they were so amped up like it was a fucking like a football game or something. And certain people came out in it, like little cameos, and they're like, yeah.
Oh,
like,
the people that rate like Twitch and all that stuff.
Yeah.
okay. They
like
were
all
yeah,
the
like-
gamer people.
what's his
that
name?
play.
Ninja. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those people came.
He
out
comes
in it.
out in it. Like, I don't know who those people are, but apparently everyone in the theater, like
Yeah, I
when
didn't know who
he
they were
popped
either.
up, they were like, woo! Like,
dude.
they were
Yelling
they
at
were
me.
going crazy. And I was like, holy shit. Like,
It's a whole different world. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
the
don't-
gamer world, man.
it's like if you saw Peyton or like, let's say you saw Troy Aikman,
Yeah.
right? One of the cowboy heroes back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You see him in a movie, you're going to be like, hell yeah, that was fucking Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
That's how these people were reacting to a lot of the gaming world.
Well, to piggyback off of what Abel said, so when we first got there, we are getting popcorn and all that stuff, right? And we're in line, and there was a group, and I'm saying they're probably like 30-something years old, 20, maybe 20s, 30s, and they look like the traditional nerd kind of, like the computer,
Nerds.
like kind of overweight, husky, scraggly. I
Like
think I'm
the-
describing
like the
myself.
Are you describing me, Peter?
Like
No, no.
like the Simpsons character.
yeah, exactly like comic book man.
Okay.
Anthony, I was describing myself too. So Anthony's like a,
Like,
getting
hey.
Got
But-
You're a nerd.
Got
But-
chocolate
no, no,
donuts on
no.
your face.
But there was like a group of them. Like I'm saying, probably like 6 of them together, and they all went up to one register, and then it kind of the guy that was in front of us was with his wife or girlfriend or whatever, and he was like some military like, and he's like, well, fucking 10 people have to go. Like he was getting mad because all these nerds were there. It was like high school bullying kind of.
Oh my god.
And all these like nerds were getting their popcorn, but they did take up the whole counter, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, oh, I didn't know 10 people had to go and hold hands. Like, but they were ignoring him, like, okay, because nerds are cool now. And then that guy was like typical, you know,
Yeah.
sergeant, like
Little dick
yelling.
man.
Yeah, like he was trying, and he was yelling like an idiot
Typical
too.
jock. Huh?
And then even my wife and I were like, damn, I didn't know things were so serious. And then the guy behind us was like, oh, those guys, no wonder they'll never have a girlfriend. And like, it was like they
Wow.
were offended by the nerds that were there. And there were a lot of them. I mean,
While they're going to watch a nerd movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what movie they were watching. We were just
Oh.
in the, but it was just, there was a bunch of like, I guess nerdy people, dude. It was funny. And so like me and my wife were like, oh, like what the hell's going on? Because everyone was just angry.
What side were you on, Peter?
I was in the middle.
Oh, the
I-
middle's open.
Middles.
It's just like I like to think I'm a little nerdy, a little overweight, a little scraggly.
But I'm also got some
I'm
caps of
also-
steel.
but I was also in the military. I wasn't like, oh man, stupid nerds.
Go team, go.
But there was like a conflict, dude.
Wow.
It felt like
Revenge
you were
of
in the
the
lunch
nerds.
line of middle school again.
Yeah.
Well, what would you rate the movie? You even said.
I know.
Probably like an 8 out of 10. I liked it a lot.
Peter.
Yeah, I'd say probably.
Okay,
like an
all right.
eight.
I might
I
check it
just
out.
like the whole concept.
Yeah,
of it.
I think
Like how it was-
you will like it
Yeah?
because
Alright.
you're
I'm
a
a nerd.
gamer too.
'cause you're a
man.
nerd. Abel tiptoes around.
Right, yeah, just say it, Abel.
No,
You
but-
fucking nerd. Go watch
You
the
only got
nerd
8
movie.
computers back there.
Yeah.
I kind of experienced the same thing as Peter in terms of who I saw watching the movie. Like I was explaining, like people were like really into it. Like if they're at that was their version of a football game. That was their Sun Bowl, I guess. I don't know.
Ben's a nerd.
Damn.
Hey, nerd, what you think of it, nerd?
Would you watch it, Ben?
Did you see it, Ben?
Thumbs up.
No, it just
He doesn't
seems
have a
like
mic, but-
like a comedy version of Westworld. I'd watch it, but
Yeah, Westworld's cool.
Yeah, I liked
Yeah,
Westworld. I
like,
didn't.
The way you guys were describing it sounds just like Westworld.
Yeah.
It's just
A remake.
Well, it's all the AI stuff.
It's everyone
Yeah.
in the loop.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Coming to consciousness.
See?
Yeah,
Like
perfect.
that's all it is.
but the people that went to go see it, they had like gamer shirts, like Pac-Man. I saw a guy with a Donkey Kong shirt, and I was
Nice.
like, "Holy crap!" It's like us going to the stadium wearing our like 49er jersey
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Cowboy jersey or whatever.
Fans,
and
boy.
dude, it was fucking cool, and I like that. Like going back.
The passion.
Yeah, dude. Like I talked about when I went to go see Space Jam. It was good to be in the movie theaters again. It was good to go and get my popcorn, my Coke Zero. Like it was nice, you know.
Does it seem like there's not really good movies out though?
No, there are, but
Really?
no, there are, dude.
I don't think
We
so.
saw Mortal Kombat in the summer.
Yeah,
at the beginning
I'm
of summer.
saying more than one at a time. Like there used
It's
to be a
always
time
like
where
that.
you make a choice, like, do I want to see this one or this one? Or
I
this
saw
one?
Jungle Cruise. When was it? A couple of weeks
Was it
ago.
good?
Yeah, Jungle Cruise was fucking cool.
I don't
The
know.
Rock. Who I just burped, but dude,
I don't know. Maybe I
already
got
se-
used to like.
I've
the
already seen
streaming
3
stuff.
movies this summer, and then I saw Mortal Kombat at home. That's what I was gonna bring up. So, again, we kind of went over this, but are you guys a fan of that quick release going to HBO Max or going to the movie theater? Because again, like the environment, just going to the movies, like let's all go to the movies.
Well, the movies are
it's the
expensive. Let's
best,
be
dude.
honest. Like,
It doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah, how
No,
much
it
is
does
a movie
matter.
now?
How much do you go for a fucking
No, no.
dinner out
I don't
with
know
the
how
family?
much is a movie now because I had the military
I
discount
paid-
at
I paid
AMC,
$7
It was still 9 something.
I paid $7.95 for adult and then $7.25 for a child.
Then AMC is expensive because I had my military. It was nighttime, obviously.
Okay, it's more expensive. It's
But-
like $9, right?
No, and that was
Huh?
when-
You went to. You
What?
went to the early bird?
Yeah, it was. No, maybe it was matinee.
Oh well, that's why. But I'm saying, for 2 adult military, it was 90. It was 9 something still.
Oh, it's like 90.
9 something.
Okay.
So I mean, what is the average ticket? I don't.
I
even
think
know
it's like,
anymore.
okay, so there's,
about
like Ben
$10.
says, it's like,
Yeah, about 10.
So what?
it's
I got
like
a
early
20
bird.
cent discount.
Ben was talking about like there's the early bird.
Yeah.
Ben was talking about like how there's the early bird, there's also the matinee, and then there's like the premiere showing like late at night.
Yeah, that's what I.
So we went during the day. It was like 2:00, and we still,
that's
I
right.
still saw it for like like I said, $7.95. I don't think that's outrageous because if you go shit to McDonald's through the drive-through, you're gonna pay $8
but
for
you're,
a meal.
You're also. I mean, yes, you went with my kids.
Yeah,
And you took them, but what I'm saying is, if you have a household of 5, 6, 7 people,
it was 4 of us that went. It was your 2 boys and then Dad, right? So that it's 4 of us that went to the movies. We got our snacks and everything. I spent like $30 for our tickets, and then inside we got the large popcorn, our drinks, and everything. Like, I don't know, what was it, like another $40? So it's like $70 for a family of 4.
Well, we went.
That's not
we went
outrageous.
To
That's
dollar
not
store
outrageous.
Before to buy our candy,
Well, that's smart thinking.
but then we still got popcorn there.
Yeah.
Here's my deal.
I don't
Look,
think it's outrageous because let me. Sorry, Anthony.
I
but,
just like the seats. The
I
seats
like.
are badass.
Yeah, seats are badass. It's an escape for a couple of hours. You get your previews and everything. You get to see what's gonna be coming out. 20 minutes. I mean, like a few days later, whatever. A few months later. But like you go to a Chihuahuas game, you're gonna be spending money. You go to a Locomotive game, you're gonna be spending money. You go out to eat dinner for a family of 4, 5, 6, you're gonna be spending money. So it's like, why does the movies always like? There's always a knock, like, oh, it's so goddamn expensive, and it's like, it's not really that expensive.
I like the movies.
Like, it's really not that expensive. It's a good time and it's a great escape. You're in a.
I'm just saying, is it? I guess worth it at times.
I think it is.
Like the
It's a
price.
2-hour escape, man.
it just depends on the movie too, right? I mean, if it's a shitty movie, then you're gonna
Yeah.
be like, no matter like how the experience was, you're gonna be like,
Because
that was shit. I shouldn't have spent that
Here's
money.
another thing. Like, what about the guys that like order big boxing fights or UFC events? It's like $75 now to
Yeah.
order one, and then the guy could get knocked out in fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, that's $75 down the drain. And then that's not even including the food that you're gonna buy, the beer you're gonna buy. Everything costs money nowadays. But I think, in my opinion, the movies is a bargain.
Would you rather see, like boxing and UFC events at the movie theaters?
I've never, but I know people that when it was
Like, how do you go about
Canelo versus Mayweather, they saw it there.
Dude,
when it was
would you
Pacquiao
like to
versus
see
Mayweather,
movie
they saw it
theaters
at the
doing that
movie.
more?
They do it for the
No,
huge
I
fights.
know. But like locally, like Jennifer Hahn's gonna fight coming up.
You
Like,
can't drink
you
beer
think-
though. I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can, dude.
Inside
But
the
not
cinema?
Cinemark.
Yeah, but not like drink.
What do you mean drink treat?
Well, you're gonna pay like $8 a fucking beer, so you're gonna
that's how
drink
it is
two.
at
Sneak it in.
That's how it is at the movie.
Everybody-
I mean, at
dude,
the
I've gone with people to the movies that sneak in like Whataburger and like all kinds of stuff, and I'm not even joking.
Well, here's my deal. This is what I was gonna throw my 2 cents in. I liked going to the bistro, the Cinemark bistro, because it was a little more expensive, right? You got the nicer chairs, but I felt like when you would spend a little bit more money, the people that were in there were a little more
Snobby.
they're into the movie, right? Because they paid more premium seats or whatever. You're gonna pay more attention. Where if you go to like the general, there's kids in there, they're screaming.
Yeah,
there's
but-
people on their phone. There's people not paying attention.
You know what?
Grandma-
You know
and
what I like?
I can't deal with the
I'll tell you one
distraction.
thing I like
you
about
could boot them the
AMC.
fuck out. Like, I remember one time I went to go see Moana. There was someone on their phone, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I went out into the fucking like the main lobby, and I was like, "Dude, I'm trying to watch my Moana, and there's someone on their phone." And then they're like, "Oh, okay, like we'll go tell them something." Right after, like I went in, they got those people out. Like, "Hey, either get off your phone or get the fuck out." We weren't even at Alamo or whatever, you know. And I was like, "Thank you." Like, I'm cool. If there's a noisy person, like one time I went to go see Moneyball back in the day, and some guy seriously pulled out his phone and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is that, blah blah blah." And then this lady, dude, she was like, we ain't doing that right now. Get off your phone." And then the guy's like, "Gotta go." Like, it was like, "Yeah, motherfucker, like get off your phone." So yeah, I understand what you're saying, but
don't you feel like nowadays, like at AMC yesterday, I was actually noticing this. You're kind of, other than that role, you're kind of in your own.
Yeah.
Like, because it has that high wall, and then even in front,
Yeah, there's enough space.
and there's a lot of room, other than the people that are in that same row. of you.
when's the last time you went to the movies?
Dude, before the pandemic. I
Okay.
haven't been since.
Yeah, so every movie theater now is the reclining
Oh, yeah?
chairs. Every movie
Yeah.
theater. The only one is like the dollar movie. It's $2 movies now, right?
No, they closed it. The one on Motwood?
Yeah, was it Motwood?
Oh,
No,
there's
no,
two.
it was
yeah,
one
the
off
one
the
off the
freeway.
freeway. No, I was talking the
By,
one on Motwood. They closed.
By the whatchamacallit? The Chinese food restaurant. Yeah. But I personally like going to the movies. I really wish I would have seen Mortal Kombat in the movie theaters rather than at home, because dude, there's just something about it, man. Like Ben, he went to school. Like, this is his realm. Like, there's something about going and seeing like that blockbuster, that feature flick. That was an escape back in the day, you know? And especially nowadays, there's a lot to escape. Like, one, the floods that we're getting, as well as this virus that is still like, you know,
Lingering around, yeah.
yeah. So for those 2 hours, it's just you're leaving your home, you're escaping, you're watching a good flick, and then back to the shitty world.
You touched on the virus. What do you think about like the, going back to some mask wearing and all that stuff? I mean, how do you guys feel?
I mean, where I work, I have to wear a mask, so it's not like an issue. Like, it's
I
already
don't have to, but I choose to.
see.
Yeah, me too.
So like, I work in the state of New Mexico, and they've already said like, nope. You have to wear a mask, and then not only
you're
that,
vaccinated, right? All of us are vaccinated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like one thing they said is you have to wear a mask when you're there on campus and stuff, but you also have to be vaccinated, and if you are not vaccinated, every single week
You gotta get tested.
you got to get tested on your own time.
Oh wow.
Did you hear about that story though about I think the Caribbean cruise liner or whatever? Everybody was vaccinated on that ship, and there was people that tested positive.
I mean, cruise ships are like
Oh,
Go,
I don't
go
know.
ahead.
cruise ships are petri dishes on the sea. That's all they are.
Wait, like expand on that.
Well, any time that like a cruise ship goes off, there's always some disease that goes around, even
Yeah.
if it's just like diarrhea or something.
Yeah, because
That's like
one,
contagious.
the food, two, they always go to like an exotic destination. So
Yeah.
and then like here's the thing about vaccines, nobody said that you cannot catch the virus again. You know, they just said that there's
It
when
lowers.
it lowers your possibility of getting it.
Yeah,
and it
hospitalization.
increases the survival rate.
Yeah.
Of getting it.
So
Yeah, well, you have a more drastic. What do you call it?
Yeah, like it doesn't hit you.
Yeah.
I
Doesn't
mean,
hit you
It
as
doesn't
hard.
hit you as hard.
like, can you still die? Yeah, of course.
But it's still weird though. Like if everybody was like I don't know. It's just weird to me how if everybody was vaccinated, how did they contract it? Who had it?
That's what I'm saying. You're going to exotic destinations like these Caribbean cruises. You're going to a third world country.
No, but they hadn't even docked anywhere. It was like they had left the port and they were at sea and they did tests and then they found somebody was.
No. But like a lot of the times,
I think it was like 99% of people vaccinated. There were still some kids that weren't because obviously.
Hold on. But here's another thing. A lot of those people working on the cruise ships, they're kind of like the flight attendants. You think that's their only flight they're doing that day? No. So they go and they dock and they're getting a new group of people, right?
Yeah.
Well, that crew member has already been on for, maybe a month or so, or maybe so they could have contracted it. Again, yeah, they may be vaccinated. They could have contracted the virus, and it's just there kind of lingering, and they're not really getting any kind of symptoms. But then they start interacting with people and stuff. They have the disco night. They have the beautiful layout of food, the what's it called?
I just think
the buffets and things like that. And then boom, it just starts circulating. So yeah, everyone is vaccinated.
So in other words, if everybody in the United States got vaccinated, we're still not going to beat this virus because there's still a chance that somebody could still get it.
This is what I heard.
And then if you're vaccinated and you get it, you can still pass it.
In a timeline for it to really be effective, this was a while back. We needed to be up to like 60% of the population.
Yeah, herd
something like
immunity.
that. Yeah, there we go. And then now that so many people were so reluctant to do it at first, that number has changed, and now it's like in the 78, 80 region now.
Well, now they're talking about getting a booster shot.
Yeah.
A third shot.
But, I mean,
it's like, how many more shots are you going to get until, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I get it's like helping it, but it's at the same time, it's not getting rid of it. So what's the whole... You know what I mean? Like, I thought the way they presented is like everybody needs to get vaccinated so we can get rid of this thing. But then it's like people who are vaccinated are still getting it. So why is there such a push?
In a very small percent.
But even a small percent, you can still pass that. Even if one person has it, you can still pass it to somebody else. But so is it small?
But you're thinking of it as a
let's just say we're all vaccinated, right?
Yeah,
and Peter has it. He can still pass it to us, and I can still get it even though I'm vaccinated.
No, because everybody's immune system is still different. So we'll just use this general number 4. They say it's a 99% or whatever, right?
It's like
so that
low 90s.
0.1 whatever percent of people that have been vaccinated are still getting it, or whatever it is, right? 0.1%. That was bound to happen. That's just the numbers. So we're using us. 4 of us are vaccinated. 1 of us gets it. Even though I have it, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it because it's still in that number range. You're protected. We're all protected, but that 0.1, it just happened to land on me. Does that make sense? I mean, it's because everybody...
it's a numbers game is what you're saying. The probability is lower, but it's still a chance.
Lower that probability, and then you lower it a little bit more, lower it.
But then you add the variants, and they're saying a lot of the vaccines aren't particular to different variants as well, right?
Yeah, but
so it's kind of like,
but yours, it could still protect you 100%, but it will only protect me 70% based because we're just different people, different genetics, different body type, different immune systems. So what I'm saying is, if we're just cutting it little by little by little by little by little by little, eventually that's when you eradicate something. You're not gonna eradicate it all at once. It's not a magic. The
problem with that coronavirus though is it mutates.
Yeah,
that's the problem. It's like how many times is it gonna mutate?
You know what a mutation is, right?
It learns the.
No. A mutation is strictly this. This is really that's a big misconception, and I'm not crapping on you. A virus copies, and all it does is make a copy. But every now and then. And it uses your body to make a copy. Mm-hmm. But every now and then it makes a mistake and it changes that copy. That's where the mutation is. It's not that it's learning anything. It's almost by chance. Like a big misconception is that they adapt to it. No, it's copying. It's literally an error. And then that miscopy could make another miscopy by one letter, like flipping that DNA or whatever it is. That's all it is, dude. So it's just mistakes. When you give something so much time to, like, if we would have nipped it in the butt right away, that one original copy we would have got rid of. But since we gave it more time, it made an error. it flipped it around or something, and then well, that's where a variant comes from, and then that's what it is. And I swear, like, but it's a big misconception. Like the virus is learning, and it's gonna all it is miscopy.
So it's not going to school?
It's not going to
It's copying the paper from somebody else.
It's not purple.
No, I mean,
I don't know. It's kind of depressing, I guess. Like it kind of just cuts the wind out of your sails because it's like everyone's like, let's get the vaccine so we can get back to normal, and then it's like, well, we got the vaccine, it's still not normal, so we still have to wear masks, we still have to social distance, so it's like, well, man, we might as well just get used to this.
I'm for it.
I mean,
it doesn't bug me.
like, okay.
I mean, I choose to wear my mask regardless. You know what I mean? Even if it's not required in certain places, I still wear it. But that's just a personal decision. But I mean, it's kind of like, what are we fighting for if it's still going the same?
I mean, you do got to fight though. Like, you
yeah,
can't
no,
just,
I'm saying just don't give up.
Lay down and say like, well, this is the world we live in now, guys. Survival of the fittest.
It comes down to like the common cold, like to me, like they still haven't. No, I know it's a lot more. It's a lot stronger than that. But I'm just saying the premise is kind of the same, right? We've had flu shots every year for shit since I was a kid, right? I think it's going to be the same with the vaccine and COVID. It's going to be on your shot record. You just do it every year. Hey, it's COVID season.
But it's wild because in terms of the people that are going into like admitting themselves into hospitals and stuff, the numbers are nowhere near like it's outrageous. Like the amount of people that are getting sick and actually like they're dog sick. They're not just oh, I'm gonna fight it for a few days or a week. And then I'm done. Like these people are like going into the hospital and they're struggling.
Yeah.
Struggling. So
I mean, it's just one of those things. Like we're trying to make the best of a horrible situation. I'm all for, like, I understand the need of staying into work, keeping the business part of the country running and that hurts so many people. And I know not everyone could live off of $1,200 checks every 6 months or whatever, or getting unemployment. And then there's those people that never got off of work, like they were always working, and then it's a kick in the to their morale, because it's like, man, I'm busting my butt for minimum wage, which was long overdue anyways, and these people are living, and that's where it creates a divide. That's where it starts becoming political. That's where I mean, it's just there's so much frustration, not just in government or the handling of this, but it's frustration if I see you busting your butt and you're looking back at me and saying, oh man, all you do is sit around and collect the check. Then that creates a divide. We could be the best of friends, but there's going to be some kind of resentment, and that's what's happening all throughout. And so I just sometimes I feel like, okay, well, if we all kind of we had a choice, we could have let this unite the world almost to a point, or let it divide us. And I really believe this pandemic, majority of people divided opposed to united. Yeah. They were looking for the finger to blame. They were feeding off the resentment because this person doesn't go to work. This person does. This person gets to work at home. I have to show up. They get paid more than me. I get paid. People just peanuts.
Need to mind their business.
Yeah, and it was just, I don't know. There's just so much. It was like almost like a perfect brew of division.
Do you think we're ever going to get rid of it?
I don't think so.
Not get rid of. But
like, do you think there'll be a time where it's like COVID is gone? Like we don't have it anymore.
I think it's going to come to the point where masks are always going to be around and people are going to, take it upon themselves. Like it's their decision. If they want to make the decision to wear a mask, then they're going to do it. If they don't, then they're not going to do it.
Here's another thing that's kind of gets to me is like, it's based on your immune response, right? But you don't hear anything about like doctors saying, hey, you need to take better care of your immune system. Here are some vitamins. Here are some things that you can do to increase your.
I think a lot of doctors have done.
But you don't hear it on the major networks. It's always just vaccine. No, you don't hear like alternatives like vitamin D or.
Because so there were. I think you're kind of alluding to like people getting deplatformed like on social media and stuff. Whenever, right? Like people like when they would go on YouTube or
I'm just saying the mass media, Facebook, like you don't hear a whole lot of how to take care of yourself.
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, they would talk about like, hey, start taking zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C, things like that, and it's going to help your immune system. Start getting healthy because your health will be better like
You have a better
If-
starting point if
yeah.
you get sick.
And they were getting deplatformed. Like we talked about it on the
Yeah.
show, like how a lot of people were getting deplatformed, and they were kind of pushing more to, because at that time there was no vaccine.
Right.
So they were pushing more to staying at home and wearing a mask. Those were the big things. Now, I do, like, I see the news, I read news articles, like actual news articles, not like, hey, my tia sent me this.
Yeah, you
little
do,
clip.
but the majority of people
But like,
don't.
So, and I see, well, you said like you don't see it on the news.
People come home and they get on the 5 o'clock news, and I haven't seen any stories about, hey guys, this is a way to boost your
like,
immune system.
dude, you can like look up news clips.
I know,
and you'll
I know.
See, like,
I'm saying we would look that up, but you're talking about grandma, tia,
yeah,
whatever,
they
tia Licha.
watched.
They just watch the 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock
If
news.
you know
and
old
that's-
people, they watch the news all day.
Well,
they
okay,
watch Good Morning America.
but they're not looking online, looking up.
No. I'm
research
saying,
and doing.
dude, I'm saying it's
news
there, like,
articles.
because
I know they're there. I've seen
no.
them.
I'm saying it's there because like you turn on the news and the doctors will tell you like if you take vitamin D, if you're taking the zinc and everything, it is gonna help you. It is gonna help you, be a little more prepared if you do contract the virus. They do it.
I haven't seen it.
I don't know.
More about the rain.
But anyways, so here's the thing. So we're talking about this virus and everything, and that was one of the reasons why Joe Biden got elected as president, because he was really making it like that was going to be a stance. Well, now with the whole new Delta variant that's come out, people are saying like, well, is he really doing his job? His numbers are starting to decline. Are his numbers declining because that's just usually what you see in a presidency? Like they're always like at 60%
Yeah, you
approval
can't
rating,
please everyone.
and then they slowly start to decline. It's happened with every single
yeah.
president. What I was gonna bring is now I'm looking
to the
to
future.
2024, and I came across this website. It's called The Lines, and it's talking about potential candidates for 2024. And right now, the main
Rock.
candidate, the number one candidate, according to this website,
Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones, I'm voting.
is Kamala Harris. She's the number one candidate for the presidency. It also talks about like how Joe Biden, that in his first term, he might resign during his first
that guy is
during his first term. So that's one of the reasons why
he's
Kamala
not
Harris.
mentally fit.
That's why Kamala Harris is one of the front runners. After those two, because it's Kamala Harris, and if Joe Biden doesn't resign, then he's the second guy, right?
For another term?
Yeah,
That fool ain't gonna make another term.
that's why Kamala Harris is the front runner. Well, anyways, after that, it's Donald Trump, and then there's a guy that's really coming up in the Republican rankings. It's Ron DeSantis. I don't know if you guys know who he is.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah.
governor from Florida.
Okay.
And just this past week, he was like really grilling Joe Biden, saying like, the reason why we have this Delta variant is because he's got open borders, and basically like all these illegals that are coming in, they're the ones that are spreading the Delta variant and shit like that. But he's one of the Republican frontrunners. And then you have Nikki Haley along with AOC, and then Mike Pence.
God.
Okay. And Mike Pence. Did you say, oh my God, with Mike Pence, flyhead? So those are
Fly it.
those are the front runners. Any of those pop up to you that you could really see as president?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with any of those, honestly, because we're like a very, I don't even know. We don't elect the best officials.
We like
No.
we like name recognition
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than, because even Andrew Cuomo, who just resigned in his position as governor, is someone that they're talking about. Maybe not this election cycle, the 2024. They're
If
talking about
he's-
2028.
If he ever won after, like, that means we're just oblivious to
Yep,
everything.
yep.
Like,
One
the
point
fact that he's still in talk,
so
his
one
mind comes up, or his
so
name
so
comes up
one
to.
point this political analyst was talking about was, he's like, I don't necessarily believe that this is going to ruin his career because he resigned before they impeached him, right?
Yeah, but
And then he said that there's been plenty of other candidates in the past that have had far worse allegations, and they either finish their term as governor or representative or whatever,
Or
and then they run again, and then they end up getting elected.
It's crazy.
It is. But here are the fun ones. So right after Mike Pence,
The Rock.
it's Dwayne the Rock
I
Johnson.
would vote for him before.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
The biggest fucking name in Hollywood.
I
at the
really think
moment.
I would vote for him before any of those people.
Dude, I hate politicians. I feel like the whole game in politics is to fuck somebody else over or hold something over somebody's head to get ahead.
And who's gonna fuck over the Rock?
That's what I'm saying. So that's
how
why I'm
many
like,
people has
you
The Rock held
jabronis.
over his head? Like
Yeah,
he just
that's
like
what I'm
picks
saying,
them
like-
up.
Dude, imagine
I want
going
something
to a
different,
debate.
man. I don't want the same
Imagine
shit.
going to a debate with that guy.
Like, you think Donald Trump would tell The Rock like your wife is ugly?
Ooh.
Oh, dude. I would love to see that.
The Rock pulls out a chair and just boom.
Or
You're
like,
jabroni.
I'm even thinking like the pre-debate,
Like
like
he'd
when
be
they-
like, Donald Trump, what
He's
do you
gonna
think
come out
about it?
with
It
the
doesn't
belt?
matter what you
He's
think.
gonna come out with the belt, like the debate.
No, but I was thinking like, one, who's gonna out debate The Rock? Like, dude, that guy is one of the slickest motherfuckers.
You don't
in
even
the
have to say anything. Just
WWE.
raise the eyebrow.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, yeah, yeah.
It would be like a W. Everybody has their sides.
Yes.
Like in a debate.
No, but like,
Body
Rock
slam.
bottom.
The people's elbow.
like I could see him like before the debate. You know how they come and shake hands? If The Rock goes like if he's gonna hit him.
But even if he never,
Hey, Donald Trump was in wrestling too,
Even-
right?
even if he never,
Cage match.
even if he never came up with like an original idea, like imagine he goes and meets with China, like the Chinese guy that meets him is like
Kim
this
Jong-un.
big, and then it's The Rock shaking his
Yeah. Well, like, and then like,
I love your movies.
dude, imagine The Rock, like, just the
Like a-
intimidation factor of him meeting Putin, and The Rock shakes his hand like Peter's saying. He just like crushes his hand. Nice to meet you, Putin. Like, fuck you, bitch. I take steroids, motherfucker. So, yeah, definitely The Rock is, like, in terms of entertainment, that's my number one candidate. And they have him up here. 2001 odds, like, of him running for president.
Wow.
Dude, Kanye
And-
West was on the last one, so
Yeah, but he's
Yeah,
a
but
joke.
I'm
Like,
just saying, like,
But, like, The Rock...
when does it become a freaking reality
The-
TV show?
well,
Like
when-
the
It already has.
The race for the
It's always-
presidency.
It's
Yeah,
always been a reality.
it's always been.
popularity.
Well, I
Yeah.
think more recently with Trump, and then now like all these
No,
other.
even way before. It's a popularity. contest.
So,
That- yeah,
but I was
that's exactly
also
what
I
it
was
is.
also thinking like The Rock, man, just like the way he presents
What if
himself.
Arnold's
is
like,
so-
oh, I'm gonna go against.
He can't.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Oh, that's
he was born
right.
in- he was born in
he's not
Austria.
that's right. My bad.
No, but The
Maybe
Rock,
it was Obama.
the way he presents, fucking Anthony, the way he presents himself is so professional, man. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he just looks slick with those.
Dude, I want my
suits.
president getting up at 5 every morning, fucking doing some butt.
Like,
like
yeah.
I want.
Can you
like,
imagine like a Mark Wahlberg, like just
Yeah,
fucking
just like
jacked as
freaking-
fuck, or
Like
like
during
The
a
Rock?
press conference, he's drinking his own energy
protein
drink.
protein powder?
No, have you seen his new energy drink?
No.
Who, The Rock?
Yeah,
Oh no,
he has a new one.
Shit, we might have to get some.
dude. But he's
I drank it once. I was up for 3 days.
okay. Here's
Is that how you got those calves?
Started lifting trees.
here's another one. Jeff Bezos.
Oh God, no.
Like that one would be scary.
Dude, yeah, no.
That one would be
Hell
scary
no.
because I wouldn't want a guy like, not that Elon Musk, because he wasn't born in the United States,
Yeah.
right? But not like a guy like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Richard Branson, like any kind of billionaire. I wouldn't. Trump was never a billionaire. Let's get that out of the way. But yeah, like I would not want any like guy of like power, like true power, to fucking be running the country because. I mean, we've already seen, like, in presidents and vice presidents back in the day, like, just the way they manipulate things, and they always work in their own favor. So, Jeff Bezos, fuck no. I mean, I like Amazon. I like the stuff that it provides, but no, thank you.
You don't think he would be all space though? Like
Jeff Bezos?
innovative?
Nah,
You don't think he'd be innovative?
I don't think so.
I was just
Nah.
curious.
I think he'd pass some weird bills to kind of help Amazon.
You don't think he'd have like a robot army?
Damn.
There's one guy that I would have. It's that-
Wait. So I saw this thing the other day that military is using the robot dogs now.
Yeah.
They started using
yeah.
them.
Boston Dynamics.
Dude. And it was like,
crazy,
that's what it was. It finished a 5K, the robot dog, a military Pentagon robot dog, whatever.
Finished a 5K. What was his time?
I don't know, but it was creepy how it was running.
I'm sure it's
And
not
then
better than a
imagine,
Canyon.
imagine just having like a freaking 50 cal mounted on it, and that thing's running down the street.
Dude, they're saying those things, they can get to a point where they're so fast that you can't even see them. Like literally, it would jump from there to there.
Well,
and
it
you
wasn't
won't
running
even
that fast. It was
No,
it was
not
kinda
now,
like trotting.
But you're like you amp.
Dude, even if I saw that, if I went outside and I saw it
Delivering
just
your
walking
packages?
down the street, I'd be scared of it more so than a Doberman. Like if I saw
Like
a
an actual dog?
Yeah, like if I saw a Doberman, I'd be scared. But if I saw a robot dog
Yeah,
walking,
fuck yeah.
like what the fuck?
You know, okay, so what are we going to get to first? Are we going to get to Terminator first? Are
Like
we going to
which
get
apocalypse?
to... Yeah, which apocalypse?
Or-
Terminator, the 2012 apocalypse.
The day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow apocalypse.
Zombies?
Zombie apocalypse. I mean, which one are we heading
Definitely
for?
I
robots.
think
definitely robots?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
What about, like, just AI stealing our identity?
Well,
Like,
that's robot.
no,
that goes
not,
under robot.
not so much robots.
That goes under robot.
What about, like, more, like, online stuff? Like...
But yeah, that's Skynet.
But not like robots, like in the
You're
streets.
getting
Like,
too picky.
more like
I mean, robots are scary, man. They control everything.
so you're going with robots.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
saying
our first-
AI robots.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm like that's our first apocalypse.
For sure. They'll just hack into the power plant, turn everybody's power off. What is everybody gonna do? Panic, kill each other. That's all they have to do, basically. They don't even have to
Or
actually
you
come
think
out
just
here.
chemical, like
Chemical
not chemical,
warfare?
not chemical, but biological.
Yeah,
like
even
like
that.
like the pandemic right now. What if it mutates to a point we can't cure it, or it just becomes super deadly?
What about if it's just a normal war?
Think so?
Like everything's just going like we're getting all these weird storms. We're getting fucking, you know, the pandemic that's
Everybody
going on.
gets panicky.
And then like fucking some kind of Hitler motherfuckers just like, you know what? Fuck it. And he just starts fucking bombing countries and then
Well, that's out of fear. Like pandemics
Yeah.
bring fear, and
next 50 years, are we still doing this podcast or are we dead?
50 years,
Damn, how
35, I'll be.
80
85?
something?
Maybe
Maybe.
85.
I enjoy my retirement.
I'll probably be doing it still, but you guys won't be here, and I'll just be like in my mind, like
In his mind, he
man,
thinks we're doing a
yeah.
show,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he's
all
just
dementia.
outside in the
He's
rain.
asleep like,
Yeah.
He's outside in the rain. It's been raining for 40 years.
oh, not 40 days and 40 nights, 40 years and
Yeah.
40.
Wow.
Damn.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump in. Okay, that was, dude, how did we get into that? But that was cool. Let's go Hard Knocks. Have you been seeing it, Anthony?
Yes, I saw it.
So for those of you that don't know what the hell we're talking about, Hard Knocks, fucking Dallas Cowboys are the featured team this year on HBO's fucking football show. It was badass. I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't know if because I had that hankering for football, but seeing one, I mean, I've always said like Dallas Cowboys are America's team. They're the most popular NFL franchise ever.
In
And
sports history.
yeah,
Sporting.
yeah.
franchise.
And for them to be featured on this show that gives you so much like insight, I think it's good. I think it's awesome. One of the things that stood out, I mentioned to Anthony, like one of my favorite podcasts that I listen to, Pardon My Take, the Barstool one. They talked about like Jerry Jones, like his routine of fucking eating a sausage McGriddle, and then he puts like salt on it, and then he drinks his coffee black. And I was like, dude, that is the most relatable motherfucker. Just breakfast time, because one, I love sausage McGriddles. I love McDonald's. McDonald's coffee is the fucking best.
And you like salt.
I don't like salt, but just seeing this guy, like this fucking billionaire, it doesn't matter how much money you have.
He's simple.
He's simple. When you
I like
put-
the beginning part where he's like, I could be anywhere in the world, but I choose to be here with you all in the Dallas Cowboys.
and that's the truth.
damn.
He could be like fucking Jeff Bezos and
Go to space.
Richard Branson going to space and stuff, but he's choosing to be on Earth and stick to one of the most simple sports, like just two fucking gladiators crushing their fucking brains against one another.
Do you
know,
think
like,
it frustrates him
what about what?
that he could be anywhere and he's
No.
there with a team that
No,
can't
I think
fucking
No,
he's
make
because
the
he's a
playoffs?
diehard.
because he's a football guy,
Yeah,
dude.
he's just a
he's a
diehard.
man's man.
He's like me. I hope to be Jerry one day.
Yeah, he's a football guy.
I hope
dude.
you are
He's
Jerry.
my idol.
Yeah.
If you ever become Jerry, I want to be right there next to you.
I tried to have.
Giving you your sausage McGriddle.
Here's your griddle.
I tried to make Amber have Lucas at the AT&T Stadium, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I wanted Lucas to be born there.
Hey,
Damn you, Amber.
I'm going
You're going?
for Thanksgiving.
What? You just now tell me this?
Yeah.
What game?
Damn.
The Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
You're gonna go watch it?
Yeah, the Raiders
Oh shit! I'm gonna go.
Nice.
with the kids and everything.
So, yeah, Hard Knocks, guys.
It was good.
What was your favorite part of it?
So it was just the first, right?
Yeah, it's just the first.
Okay, I haven't seen it, but I'll watch it today.
It's good, man. I just like the insight, just like seeing all the behind the scenes kind of stuff, seeing how everything. I mean, I kind of know a little bit about it because I've watched their podcasts and stuff, but
Yeah.
Well, it's because you're watching it like not in real time, but you're just kind of watching it
Yeah.
like.
well, like
It's
their
a nice-
their
it's not-
podcasts have reporters that kind of say like what's going on behind the scenes, but you don't ever get to see it. You know, now like
Yeah.
actually seeing it's kind of like wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I like their radio broadcasting.
Yeah,
The Dallas
Yeah,
Cowboys
they
radio
are-
broadcasting.
they are
they're
really good.
entertaining,
Yep.
man. They're
They are
funny.
really good. One thing I wanted to mention is Dak Prescott. Like they kind of talk about like some of the adversity that he had to go through with like repairing his leg, right?
his brother dying.
His
committing
brother
suicide.
dying, mental
mental health.
mental health.
The whole team.
And
They
then-
had a bunch of like off the field struggles. The team
Yeah.
itself.
I think
what was
what-
the name? The receiver. His brother died too.
Gallup.
Gallup.
Yeah.
He
But I-
like
but I-
committed
Yeah,
suicide or something,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But then they also talked about like how he's struggling with his arm.
Yeah.
So does that concern you guys of what like how they had to reach out to an MLB franchise to kind of go over like, you know,
Mechanics. And
yeah, like this arm
Well, it's a
issue that he's
weird
dealing with.
weird issue, I guess, apparently, and it's an injury that a lot of pitchers get, so they weren't really sure how to handle it. It's not a joint, and it's not
It's
the tissue like the cartilage or
It's
whatever
the
in the joint.
ligament, right?
It's a muscle supposedly, but in the armpit.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Is it his
Pectoral.
lat?
You know
Is it
who
his
had that?
lat?
You know who had that? No, it's the pectoral. I
Yeah, it's like something deep in the
think. Yeah.
I
armpit.
thought it was his
Cheeto had
lat.
that.
Oh, really?
He it was like a tear in his pectoral.
Oh, fuck.
I liked his response though when they pulled him out and they started giving him less snaps, and he was like, "I've been fucking sitting out all fucking year. I ain't gonna," you know, like
he was mic'd up, Anthony.
he
He's just
he
playing the
looked
part.
pissed. Like he looked like
He's
he
a good
wasn't.
actor.
Well, maybe, but I mean,
He's gonna be the next Rock.
I'd like to see that. You know what I mean? I don't want to see
Jungle
like
Cruise too.
like I'm hurt. You know, you want to see that out of your leader.
I'm hurt. No, but yeah, I liked it, dude.
Yeah.
Me not being a Cowboy fan, but
Everybody's a Cowboy fan. That's my strong belief.
mm,
People that are like
You love to hate him.
49er fans, Steeler fans, all that. They always see the Cowboy games.
It's because
so.
it branded
Focus.
America's team, and that just leaves the sour.
Well, no,
mouth
it's
and
because they want to see them lose. They want to see them win.
not true, Peter. I've never been a Cowboy hater. I've always been like, dude, fuck, like that's cool. But my team is the 49ers.
Even more so now that they haven't like won a championship in so long. You think it's
It's
more
hard,
like
man.
a little engine that could kind
It's
of.
hard to win a championship, man.
It is. Fucking Patriots. I don't know. They made a deal with the devil or
No,
something.
Tom
Yeah.
Brady.
Yeah.
He's good.
But
First game.
Week
of the
one,
season.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first game
Dude,
of the season.
I'm
so excited football's back.
Yeah, me too.
College also.
Something I actually like posted this morning was Trey Lance for the 49ers, their number 1 pick.
Mhm.
He threw a fucking touchdown. And holy shit, that throw like in a game. And yes, it's preseason. But that gave me a chubby, man. Like I saw it and I was like, dude, how great was that? Like
Abel's always just sitting there with his sock on anyway. He acts like it was different.
dude, I was like so happy to see like our number 1 pick throw that fucking missile. Like he was just like, boom. Like he just tossed it. Like no struggle whatsoever. He just zipped it through. And I was like, that's why they got him. You know, it was just a different look. So at this moment, like, yes, Garoppolo's our number 1, but I feel if he goes down, we have a guy like on the on deck circle that could definitely come in and like there's not going to be much drop off. Granted, that's just a throw. he still needs to be able to read defenses and stuff like that. But it's different when you have Garoppolo going down and you have like a guy like CJ Beathard, you know, going in at quarterback. You're like, holy cow, this guy sucks.
Here we go.
But yeah, no, fucking, just a different breed. You know,
The Cowboys do not have a backup quarterback. I was not impressed with Gabbard or who's that other dude?
Viducci or
Danucci
or
Danucci.
Oh yeah.
Bucci.
Yeah, that guy doesn't look impressive. Like when they were doing the Mojo run through on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, Mojo
like,
moment.
Yeah, and then this fool's like throwing interceptions and shit, and it's like, no, bro, you don't work for the defense. You're the quarterback. But you need to watch Hard Knocks, Peter.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it today.
Yeah, it's good.
I got a lot of work to do, but I'll just sit there with my computer.
So we're gonna do fantasy this year?
Yeah,
Okay,
I want to. That's part of my work.
All right, let's fantasy. So how do you guys want to do the fantasy? Do you guys want to, you know, potentially get some of our listeners in on it? They can challenge us, or do you want to just do like a private one that we did? Just
I say we give listeners.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll give them a chance. We'll compete. I don't know if Ben wants to.
Ben, are you down? No, Ben's not a sport guy.
Nerd.
I know I got a couple that definitely are down. So we got 2. I think we need 12 total. So what? 8?
I mean, we could do
We could
8,
8
10,
more.
12. Me personally, I
9 more
like
people.
like an 8 to 10 team league. Cause
What if we get more than 8?
Yeah.
You just want to cap it? You want to do another league and another and another?
Whoa.
We'll
You're getting into more views than we get.
Yeah.
We'll just
What about if we just do 10?
No, I like 12.
You like 12?
If we can get 12, let's do 12.
I've done 12
not 10
before,
then
and
10.
12's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does make
Because
it definitely challenging.
You do have to make moves, and especially if somebody picks up 2 running backs. I mean, that's 24 running backs throughout the league, but most
Yeah.
teams have 2 running backs, so you play it by chance almost.
Dude,
like,
most teams do like 3
3
running
running
backs
backs.
now.
Yeah.
You know?
but 2 relevant ones. One that's a
Backup.
flat, like a little slot receiver at times,
Yeah.
which I like those
Flex.
because they go in, they do their little pass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
you
can
get
pick up
double
the
kind
yards. Yeah, I say 12.
12?
12. We're going with 12.
I think 10 is.
And I think we'll put together a little giveaway. I'll put like a hat and a shirt.
We'll do a
maybe
little
some
like
koozies
package
for the
like
winner.
like a
Yeah.
TMO.
Yeah, some merch.
Maybe we'll give you a donut or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
And then for us,
We'll do an interview
We'll
with
do
the-
we'll do our own like fucking $10-20 in
Okay.
just for us. Like we'll go off a ranking. on the
When are we
regular
gonna do
season-
this?
Regular season.
When are we going to
Yeah,
do
when you because I think
during
what,
the
we,
football season?
we got like what 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before the.
I don't know.
Well, we'll put out a post. or
Peter
something.
could go ahead and set that up. He's always been the fantasy guy.
Yeah,
setting
we'll
up
put
the
a
leagues
post
and
up on
shit.
social media so you guys can. And it'll
Do
be
you
the
guys
first.
want to? Do you guys
first
want
10.
to do ESPN or NFL?
I think he has.
Yeah, I think ESPN's better.
ESPN.
Yeah.
is better?
NFL was good, and then it kind of went down. I liked ESPN last year. Let's stick with
Really?
it. Yeah.
Okay. Just basic scoring, right?
Yeah.
None
Yeah,
of
yeah.
this like
No, not
if
like
the quarterback
up
picks his
field
no
goals,
on the
40
sideline.
points, and
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. No, I just did a basic default scoring
Peter will be the commissioner.
Yeah.
because
The
yeah,
commish.
I was in a league where like it almost my team mirrored another league, but the scoring was different. So like I would win in this one, and then this one it was like, oh well, this receiver had 800 points for the
Yeah.
other guy, and I was like,
Yeah.
how the hell did that happen?
Standard rules.
Yeah.
Really quick, I kind of wanted to say this one more time. Dwayne the Rock Johnson, he is a fucking tremendous human being. He's great at Hollywood, making movies. But there's another wrestler that's kind of making his run, and it's John Cena. Have you guys
Uh-huh.
seen that? He's starting to come out in a shit ton of movies.
Yeah.
But I
Is
haven't
he
seen
the-
any of his movies.
Suicide Squad is the newest one.
I haven't seen it. I'm not
You
a
haven't
big
seen it?
Suicide Squad fan. I'm not a big DC fan.
Yeah.
I
Really?
saw like Superman and all that stuff again. Like I started rewatching it.
Justice League.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I don't like the King Shark thing. It's just weird. I don't.
I just didn't. It didn't do it for me. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm all comic booked out because Marvel.
That's true, Cena.
We started rewatching that too,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of like, screw this.
Yeah, well,
Like
Fucking-
I am comic booked out, man.
yeah, Marvel.
Ever since Stan Lee died.
Yeah. The man.
No, but for reals, I don't like him anymore. I did.
It's because you're growing up, Peter.
Yeah.
You're finally growing up. You no longer have your,
kids.
you no longer have your Spider-Man tantarans.
Oh, I have him.
No, but I was gonna ask you, would you rather be WWE superstar or Hollywood? megastar?
Hollywood. Because WWE, man, some of those guys go through hell. Yeah, first of all, just the traveling schedule, and then your body, dude. I mean, I see all those documentaries of old wrestlers.
Yeah.
And they're fragile as hell. They're all
like freaking Hulk Hogan had like his whole spine fused or something.
Yeah, all of them.
Who do you think gets more drug abuse, wrestlers or Hollywood?
I think it's equal.
It's equal.
I think Hollywood's more of a depression, loneliness, and can't trust people.
Yeah.
And I think
Illuminati.
And I think wrestling's more like
Scientology.
Pain. I think it's more pain and the same stuff. You know, like because they're by themselves.
Yeah.
They have to put on this face for the fans. I mean, a lot of identity issues at times.
Yeah.
And then no family and all that stuff. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're both kind of like the same.
But I think
career
you're
field.
adding pain. You're adding pain. To
The
wrestling.
physical.
The physical beat on your wear and tear on your body, dude. Because those documentaries are sad, man.
Yeah.
Even like Bret Hart, man, he looks so beaten, literally
Dude.
beaten. Even though like I guess he's in a good place compared to some of his old friends and all. Like his whole family, the British Bulldog and all those, they all died.
Mm-hmm.
And he just looks beaten. Even Shawn Michaels, who was still fairly active.
Dude, the guy's got a lazy,
beaten,
cross-eyed now.
Yeah,
He's like
they're all beaten,
Huh?
dude.
Yeah.
Like their bodies are. I don't know how they keep running. I think they drink that energy drink with The Rock. The Rock, I mean, he doesn't do. He's
He
the
got
poster
out.
boy. Yeah, he got out,
Yeah.
and he made his own.
Yeah.
Like not saying like Hogan did it and all that, but they always had to go back or they had ties
Yeah.
to it. The Rock literally is on his own 2 feet now.
Well, see,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying about John Cena. Like, he's now making movies. He's going to come out
I never
in
liked him
SummerSlam.
as an actor though.
I don't know. He's pretty funny. He's making a lot of movies. Just like when The Rock came out in like Scorpion King. Never saw that shit.
Was it the Tooth Fairy?
Tooth Fairy. Like, you have to start
That's
somewhere.
true.
I
That's
guess.
true.
You have to start somewhere, and then before you know it,
You'll be on the Jungle Cruise.
yeah, Jungle Cruise 2 with John Cena.
I swear Jungle Cruise is the same as the fucking
Jumanji.
Yeah, like
No, it's not. Dude,
I
go
mean,
watch Jungle Cruise.
like
I
he's
saw
wearing-
it. It's a good
I
movie.
know, I get you, but I'm just saying, like
Hey.
from an outsider, it looks like he's wearing this like
You know
a
who-
hat, right? But it's just like I don't know.
You know who I thought was
It's
funny
the same movie.
in that Free Guy was his friend, the black guy.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Buddy.
hilarious.
What's that actor's name?
I don't know. It's like
What?
Rel Howery.
yeah,
Rel
okay.
Howery.
Lil Rel.
dude.
Rel
yeah.
Howery.
He was freaking hilarious. Just his voice.
Yeah.
He almost has a Kevin Hart kind of like.
Yeah.
"Ah, ah, ah." But he's funny, man. Like,
Yeah, he was.
and I've seen him in another movie. I can't think right now, but he same kind of attitude.
yeah,
What was the
it's
movie?
Get Out.
Get Out.
Is it Get Out? He comes
I've
out.
never seen Get Out.
No, but that wasn't funny. I think it was like a romantic something.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Sarah Mar-
Anyways,
No, yeah. I think we covered everything we wanted to talk about. We went a little long today. Usually
10 hours.
I think we were very disciplined. We were doing those 1 hour shows and those were kind of fun. But I think we had a lot to talk about considering everything that's going on at this moment.
You jabroni.
Peter, any last words before we wrap up?
The Rock 2024.
Rock
He's got my vote.
2024 with John Cena as his running mate. Ooh, that would be
Damn, vice
Yeah.
president.
The tag team champions of the world. Dude, no one's messing with the U.S.
No.
Anthony.
Man, I want to give a little, I guess, shout out to a buddy of mine that passed away last week. He was part of the 8th Notch fan club for the locomotives. Captain Bluebeard, his name's Rico. He passed away at work in an accident. So my condolences to the family and stuff, man. So and shout out to the locomotives, man. They've been giving a lot of love on social media. So it's definitely cool to see a local team supporting a local guy. You know what I mean? A
Yeah.
good guy. You know, it's nice to see that there's some recognition about that. So definitely, man.
Well, I've noticed one thing. I saw them with the beards. Remember, we were
Yeah.
talking about this, and I saw them in an interview. They were wearing the blue beard.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And the one thing about the locomotives is I've seen that they're like really dedicated to their fans. Like
Yeah.
they reach out to
Well,
them.
they're
They
like
do
very
some-
like family based.
yeah.
You know?
So and they're kicking ass. I think.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they,
They're doing
I think
really
they've
well.
only lost once this whole year.
So That's cool. I mean, it sucks under a situation
Yeah.
or the circumstances, but I mean, it's cool that they're acknowledging it.
Yeah, it's cool to see a team like that acknowledge, one of their
biggest
fans, So that's cool, man. So shout out to them.
Yeah, he was the one that gave us that
Yeah,
flag, right?
yep, the flag that's in the studio, he gave it to us. So.
Sweet. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. It was a good show. I'm so happy to be back in here recording. A little long, but we got through it. Thank you all for listening. This was Middles Open.
Peace.